Okay, round 6 is leaf stems, and we've done a lot of these. If this isn't your first motif, you'll probably have already done them, but if it is and you need some help, not to worry, this is what we're here for. So the main thing, I think, is sort of knowing where to start the leaf stems for this particular one. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working all the way down into the avocado round, which we made very, very early on. And if you can cast your mind back that far, we actually did skip some stitches between the little clusters of blue there, and that is where we're going to join our yarn. Now we need to work behind the flower, so we can't kind of join just directly through like that, because that's not going to work. So a really easy tip to make sure you're working as you need to is just to fold the petals forward. All right, and what it will do is it will expose that skipped stitch there for you nice and easily. And then what I'm going to do is my hook, I'm back to the 4mm hook here, my hook kind of lays against the petals that are folded forward and goes into the slip stitch that way. And that just ensures that I'm working behind the petals. All right, so that's the starting tricky bit, and I'm pulling through the in this case olive yarn and securing it with a loop. So that's not going to count as a stitch, that's just me attaching the yarn. All right, so off we go with our leaf stems then. And I'm going to start by putting 1 double crochet, UK terms, into that same slipped stitch. Oh, that's easy for me to say, isn't it? Skipped stitch, where I've just joined the yarn. All right, so the petals are still folded forward. I've gone straight back into where I've joined the yarn, and I've made 1 double crochet. With this particular design, we've got sort of alternating petal size, stem sizes. We've got a long and a short one. So we're going to start with the long one by making 7 chain. And to reinforce that, we're coming back and working back into those chain. So I'm going to just turn my work slightly, and I'm going to skip the first chain, the one nearest to the hook, and put my hook through the second one. And I'm going to make a double crochet in that one, and then a double crochet in all of them down to the bottom, so that I will have 6 double crochets. So that's number 2. Take your time on this, it can be splitty and a little bit awkward, but it is worth it. That's 3. Oops. 4, 5, and 6. So that's kind of reinforced our stem. It will curl, it will look like it's not going anywhere, and that's exactly as it should. So don't worry if it's a bit sort of bendy and odd, but it's not a problem, it will all even out later. So I've got 6 double crochet in there now, and I'm going to go back again into that first place we made our first stitch, that skipped stitch of the avocado round, and fasten that, or secure that anchor, I suppose, that stem, by making another double crochet. So that is there nice and safe and secure, and we've made our first leaf stem. All right, we need to hop along now to the next skip stitch, and the way we're going to do that is make 3 chain, and we are going to put our next stitch into that skipped stitch again. So same as before, I'm going to bend my petals forward. That exposes that skipped avocado stitch nicely. My hook kind of lays against the folded forward petals, and it goes into that skipped stitch, so I know that I'm working behind the petals as necessary. All right, now this time we're only going to make a shorter stem, so I'm going to make 5 chain. But same as before, I'm going to turn my work, skip the first chain closest to the hook, and make double crochet in the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, same as before, I'm going to anchor that little stem by putting a double crochet into the same place that I started there, so that skipped avocado stitch. All right, and the same again. 3 chain, and off we go again. So that is our repeat, 1 long, 1 short, all the way around. All right, so hopefully not too difficult. You've probably done these before. As I said, it's just knowing how to fold those petals down and where to join the anchor points. So I'll do them all and we'll look at it together at the end. Okay, I've just finished the last shorter stem, and I'm going to put my anchoring double crochet back into the stitch where I started that last stem, and all we're going to do is finish with the 3 chain to hop us across to the next one and slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet to join. Right, so doesn't it look lovely? All screwed up, don't worry. Oh, did you see a bit of copper coming in there? It's totally fine and it will all work out beautifully. So if I look from this side, you will see it sort of looks a little bit like a dead spider, doesn't it? And that's absolutely fine. That's exactly what to expect. Do not worry at all. Now, what we need to do is those shorter stems actually need to come through to the front of the work. So all I'm going to do is where I've got a shorter stem, so is that a shorter stem? Yeah, that's a shorter stem. That's coming through here. So I'm going to just take it through the gap where it's been made. All right. And here's a shorter stem. And here. And here. All right. So just poking them through from the back to the front. And the longer ones, as you can see, actually will extend beyond the flower. Again, I cannot stress enough how much to not worry about the fact that they're all bendy and not straight at all, because the minute you put your leaves on them, they will be completely fine. So the only thing you need to do now is to pop stitch markers in the end, and I'll show you where to put them. Right, I've just got little safety pins here. Obviously you can use whatever you like, and I'm just going to put a stitch marker into the very end. It's sort of like that turning chain, if you like, the very end of each of these stems. And so there's one there on the short one, and the same, if I find my little stitch marker, you can see that little turning chain at the end, one in there. And you're going to do that all the way around. I'm just going to stick with the 2 here just for the videoing, but all the way around so you know where you're going to go next when you make your leaves. So those are the stems. Hope that was helpful.